Rimuru, Tempest was the shield hero. Part 4. So, yeah, I'm back. I'm fastest video after another so far. I'll try and do more. So yeah, when we left off, there's just about to be the second duel, or not so official duel, between Rimuru and Motoyasu. So, yeah. So this is after he revealed himself as a slime to the king. Yeah. So, and mine heard that, Multi, whatever you want to call her, or the other name, or the two names. She heard about it, told Motoyasu, and now Motoyasu was mad about two things instead of just one. So, jeez. Yeah, I had to get up like 6 in the morning today and yesterday for football, so I'm tired. Yeah. So Motoyasu appears out of the whole thing happens where, of course, in this Rimuru is just walking down the street instead of this one before where they're wanting to join his team. In this one, he is wanting to, he's just walking down, looking for Raftalia and Philo. And Motoyasu jumps down out of nowhere and was like, Rimuru, whatever. Was like, you stupid monster. And Rimuru, he blocks it, and then is like, what the heck are you doing? Like, I'm fighting you in a duel. And Rimuru's like, why? Because you're a monster and you have Philo as a slave. I mean, you're right about both of those, but I really don't think you know the situation. And Motoyasu responds with, I don't care. You've taken a little girl as a slave. An angel, no less. And since he's has that whole angel thing, it's weird. Yeah, and yeah, he says that, and Rimuru's like, you clearly don't understand the situation. And just like with Raftalia, if you understood, then yeah, maybe things would have been different. And one day I was just like, shut up, I don't care what a monster like you has to say. You told us all about Japan, and now I know that was a lie. All about your Japan, and now I know that's a lie. And Rimuru just says, oh, well, I am from Japan, but... And Motoyasu was like, you're a monster, you can't be from Japan. He was like, I mean, and Motoyasu just cuts him off, because he doesn't care, because he's an idiot. He just cuts him off, and says, enough about that, we fight. And yeah, so Rimuru, Motoyasu attacks Rimuru, and Rimuru just blocks with his sword. Sorry, not sword, shield. He blocks with the shield. He's like, Motoyasu, I really don't want to fight. And he just says, and he's like, besides, you're ruining this. You're ruining stuff around here. This is no place for a duel. And then mine shows up and is like, well, it is now, in the whole order of the king, for Motoyasu to stop the monster Rimuru. So, yeah, Motoyasu just says, he says, "Ha, well, now you have no choice but to fight me." And Rimuru's like, "Well, I do. I really don't have to listen to that idiot king." I was like, "Oh, now it's not only are you a monster, but you insult your king." And Rimuru just says, "Well, he's not my king. I mean, I am a king. Or chairman of a whole forest, I should say. Like, chairman of the Tempest Federation." Was like, "Even so, you've been summoned here, and he is your king. And you need to show him respect." And Rimuru responds with, "Respect is earned, not given. And he has done nothing to earn my respect. Besides, you're the only one who's supposed to actually be here. The rest of us are supposed to be summoned by other countries." And Moriosu, not knowing this, just ignores him. And he just attacks him again. And Rimuru just says, "Well, if you really want to fight, then that's how it'll be. But you already know I'm going to win." And then there's no way a monster like a slime can win. And Rimuru's like, "I've already fought you before, and I won. It was quite easy, as you already know. And now I have even your weapon, so it's not like you can really stop me." And Moriosu's like, "The heroes always prevail, and the monsters and villains go down. And yeah, heroes always prevail." And Rimuru's like, "Well, I am a hero as well." I'm like, "No, you can't be. You're a monster. You may have been summoned as the shield hero, but the shield hero is a devil. So you must be both a monster and a devil." And Rimuru's like, "Oh my gosh, not you two." And so Rimuru, so then Melty, she appears and is like, "This is no place for a duel. You stand down." Then that whole thing happens. And mine just says, Melty, my dear sister, why would you ever help the shield hero?" And she's like, "He's the one who brought me home. And he's clearly not a monster. I mean, he may physically be a monster, but he's actually quite kind. I mean, why would he take a random person he didn't even know?" And mine is just like, "Well, he could have known that you were the princess and tried to curry favor with the king." And Melty responds with, "How was he supposed to know? And he hates the king. He hates father, so why would he do that?" And sorry, no, she isn't like that. I was like, and he doesn't like the royal family, so why would he want to curry favor? So yeah, Rimuru, he just says thanks. In the whole talk, and instead of it being like, "I don't trust you now that I know you're a royal," that talk doesn't happen, because he just says, "Well, I'm off to find Philo and Raftalia. Then I'm gonna leave." And she's like, "After you leave the city, I want to talk to you, or before you leave the city or whatever." And I'm like, "Sorry, I need to leave very soon." So he finds Raftalia and Philo, and he explains the situation. And then when they leave, there's the whole getting attacked, and Melty's like, "Apologize to father," and Rimuru's like, "Apologize for what? Being a monster?" And she's like, "Just apologize for being rude." And he says, "Do you really think you'd accept an apology from a monster like me? A brainless, evil monster like me?" And then he sees the setup, and he's like, and he blocks it, and it says, "Philo, Raftalia." And then they attack and take them down without killing them, but then it's altered to make it seem like they did die. So, yeah, now they're on the run. Wow, I'm actually close to the end here. Yeah, so they're running a while, then they end up going to the nobleman's place, and he says, yeah, and he tells the nobleman that takes them in that, like, he tells them the situation, so he knows, because Rimuru is more trusting, because he knows if he can trust someone, because Raphael, Wisdom King Raphael, ultimate skill, yeah, okay, so Rimuru, he ends up being not being a thing. Then the whole locked up thing happens, no one gets locked up for helping the monster Rimuru. And he did tell, Raftalia, Melty and the nobleman his situation where he was like reincarnated as a slime, and then he does that, and so then no one gets locked up, and then they head over to the guy, the evil nobleman, and then there's the airstrike shield to separate him from Melty. Raftalia attacks him like she did before. Rimuru just says, Raftalia, don't kill him. Just leave him. Like have him, like Melty will have him pay for what he's done. And then he attacks, falls out the window, and then they think he's dead. And he's like, Raftalia, it's not your fault. You didn't kill him. He did that to himself. So then they go into the basement dungeon. Rimuru gets very mad about this. He gets very mad seeing all that, and he wishes that the guy was dead, was alive, so he can kill him a second time. Of course, he is alive, but he doesn't know that yet. And then when they find the guys, the kid, Raftalia's friend, the whole emotional scene happens, and then, man, this part always makes me cry. For the skeleton, Rimuru and Raftalia, hearing that he has raised the dead before, asks if he can do it now, if he can make her an undead or something. And he just says, I'm sorry, but when I raised the dead before, there was magic barriers to keep the soul still inside, and clearly she's been dead for a while, so even if I was able to raise her, she would be mindless and start attacking. So Raftalia cries the same as before, and yeah, I really hate that scene. But it's a very good scene to show her past. Rimuru cries at this because he's able to see memories, and he's seen Raftalia's when he got her, and after hearing the story about her parents, he looked into her memories just to see all the good times. He really didn't see the slavery part. He mostly looked at the village, so he saw all the good times with her, and he knows how much she meant to her, so he cries too. Valdora, inside of him, sees this, and he's an even bigger softie than Rimuru, So, yeah, he cries. Ifrit, he like tries to comfort Valdora, just cause that's how that goes. And there, so Rimuru, he he asks like what kind of burial should we give her, and Raftalia says we should not leave her body here. Rimuru, if can you please just consume her, just until we can we go back to the village to rebuild it. So Rimuru, he yeah, he ends up doing that. And when they leave, they see the guy. Rimuru gets mad. And was about to go attack him, but then he summons the big dinosaur, the big T-Rex. And so he says, well, I want to try something out with a good friend of mine I'm really recently be able to release. And Raptor was like, is it? And because he told her all about how that happened. So he says, yep. And so he releases Valdora to destroy the thing. And although he doesn't have a physical body, at least right now, he's able to. He gives him a clone to be able to, and he's able to transform. I think that was how that worked. So he transformed, he's in his giant dragon form, and the Philolial Queen, Vitoria, she sees the giant Dargan find the T-Rex, and she's impressed, and so Valdora, they leave him in his human form, so he's just another member of the team. And so Valdora, he's there. Vitoria has been watching them, I think the same way as before, and yeah, so Vitoria comes, because they brought the fight out, and he has, so Valdora, he says hi to Vitoria, in the giant form, and then says, how about we go back to, I need to go to, I want to go to human form, are you able to do that? And then, they have a big conversation. So, they bring him back, and Rimuru makes a bunch of food, or, has a bunch of food in him. So, or, I don't know, I'm gonna say that Raftalia is able to make food for all the Philolials. So, they do that. Vitoria fights Philo, same way as before. And then the talk with Vitoria, he says yes, and there's, the heroes probably won't trust me now that they know I'm a monster, but they do know that I'm innocent from the other things. So now the only crime I have is being a monster. So then they go over, find Motoyasu near the priest. Sorry, not near the priest, sorry. At the checkpoint. And he's like, oh great, this is dummy again. And it always has to be him. So, Rimuru, he says, listen, Motoyasu, I don't want to fight you. Motoyasu just is like, why not? I was like, because I have no reason to. And Motoyasu, and so he's like, well, you clearly will have a reason to fight you. And he was like, what, because I'm a monster? Other than that, why would you want to fight me? He's like, well, Ren needs to be that insignificant to you. It's like, what? You dang monster. Dang it. I did not mean to do that. That just seems like what normally happens in anime. Sorry, I was just imagining that scene, so I was thinking like reading the subtitles or something. Sorry. Dang. So, yeah. Like, was killing, like, when you killed Ren and Itsuki, were they that insignificant to you? And he's like, what? They're dead? It's like, yes, and you killed them, you monster. And so it was like, no, I didn't. I was like, yes, you did. Who else could have? It's like, I don't know, but I didn't. I was talking with Vittoria. And he's like, who's Vittoria? Philo, little queen. Oh, and also I got a new member of my party. Would you like to meet him? And Valdora's like, can I fight him? Can I fight him? Can I fight him? And Doria's like, yes. But don't kill him. Just fight him if you want. So Valdora, he's like, oh, nice. And one else is like, do you really think anybody other than a hero can stop me? And Rimuru's like, well, yes, since this guy is nearly as powerful as me, and if he's even close to where I am, he can easily beat you. He might even be more powerful than me. And it's like, cool. And Valdora's like, well, although I already got some fight out of me, I need to get more. Because it's fun. Because he does, like, build it up. Nope. Oopsie. Yeah, he does, like, build up, like, after a little while, like, after a bit, without fighting, he does, like, end up, like, bottling it up, and he needs to let it out sometimes. As it said in the light novel, where he pretty much went on and, like, he accidentally destroyed some stuff because he couldn't control himself then. So he needs to, like, constantly be able to fight some stuff. So yeah, he does that. And so Valdora is like, okay, human, let us do this. I was like, oh, so another monster to your party. Really? And he was like, well, this one isn't, like, you may call him a monster, but this one is special. And he's actually from my world. So, yeah. I was like, oh, so he's oh, sorry. Dang it. Sorry, that was at a party with a bunch of kittens. That was cute. So, yeah. Rimuru, Moriyasu is like, oh, so another monster from your world. Well, I guess he's probably your friend, so I'll take him out. And he doesn't even think about how he could have gotten him. And so Rimuru's like, okay, Valdora, how about you transform? You go ahead and transform. I won't stop you. In fact, I think this guy needs some sort of reality check. So, go ahead. Valdora transforms into a dragon. Moriyasu is like, what the heck? Why is there a dragon? Where did that guy go? Is he like Philo? Where he can like transform from a monster to a non-monster? He's like, well, it's sort of like Philo how he can transform, but he's not like Philo where, in the same manner. This guy is a summon of mine from, I guess, inside my stomach. He just explains a bit how Valdora is, like, yeah, Valdora is like a summon from his stomach and, like, how that works. So, but he also, not understanding any of that, is like, I don't care. Like, I've already killed a dragon before. And he's like, have you killed one of 4 legendary dragons? Have you killed the most powerful beings in the world? Have you done that? And Moriyasu is like, oh, so this guy is one of the most powerful beings in your world. So when I take him out, that means they'll be more powerful than you? And Rimuru says, well, yeah, possibly. And Rimuru, he did get the ultimate, like, he did get the other two ultimate skills, the Gluttonous King Beelzebub and the Covenant King Uriel, I think. I think that was what it was. So he's able to use, like, infinite imprisonment. So he does, yeah. Because that's what, like, that's the kind of, like, he got the Covenant King from after releasing Valdora. From the analyzing the infinite imprisonment. So he does that, yeah. So Valdora fights him, and Moriyasu's not able to hurt him. It just scratches off. And so he just shoots a lightning, and he uses a lightning spear, and Valdora laughs and, ha 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 ha, you call that lightning? Well, I'll show you lightning. And he does his breath attack, and then he like shoots it in the air or something, because he doesn't kill, because if he shot that at any of them, he'd kill them. So Rimuru, he says, well, yeah, he notices about they all notice about the lack of guards. Valdora and Philo both say, Valdora transforms back and says, put up the shield, like as many shields as you can, and then after that, absorb it. And so Rimuru just says, and him trusting both Philo and Valdora together especially, he does so, and then the whole thing happens, and instead of using the Rage Shield, he just absorbs whatever's left by using Gluttonous King Beelzebub. Beelzebub. Yeah. Yeah. The priest is like, oh ho ho ho, to be able to absorb it. Impressive, you are a most formidable monster. For you to be able to take God's judgment, or whatever that is. The group spell, yeah. Divine Judgment, I think it was. And he uses the weapon, Rimuru, anytime he uses the weapon, Rimuru is just like, you can't beat me, right? You're not the only one who can use every weapon. I mean, I can too. And Rimuru, he fights the guy, and using the sword, and he uses shields, and also his sword to, like, block it. And he then, like, shoots his bow, and Rimuru, like, he uses, like, his most powerful shot and then Rimuru uses his sword, like, cuts it in half. So, like, goes on the other side of him, away from them. And the priest is like, impossible. I was like, of course it's possible. I'm the legendary hero. I may be a monster, but that doesn't mean I'm weak. Just like being a slime doesn't mean I'm weak. Even if you have divine magic. Not the only one to have it. And, like, you're not the only one in the world to have it. So Rimuru, he fights them, and he uses infinite... Sorry, no, he doesn't. Ren and Itsuki show up, and he attacks them, and then, like, the whole speech where it's like, stop arguing, like, and the priest says that they're all evil. Yeah, so Rimuru, Rimuru's like, shut up, you guys are both you guys are, sorry, all four of you are idiots, since you three are fighting with each other, and you think that I'm evil. I mean, I'm not sure about Motoyasu, but I at least know that the other two aren't evil intentionally. Like, they don't do evil things intentionally. So, and they all get offended by that. The priest just laughs and is like, "Ha, you, a monster, thinks that, like, you don't call yourself evil?" He says, "I have my own country full of monsters, and one of my first three orders to them when I was starting is, like, be nice to my first three orders was be nice to each other, don't kill humans." I forget the third one. I think that was like, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, it was like one of the first three orders I said was to never kill humans. And that ended up getting people killed because they were attacked and a bunch of them got killed. Luckily for me and for them, I got super mad and ended up massacring over 15,000 soldiers, and I became a demon lord, and that means a true demon lord, and that means I could bring them all back to life. And so Rimuru, he like that was like, "Oh, a demon then? You are the devil of the shield." It's like, "No, I'm a demon lord, and that's because I killed a bunch of humans." Of course, I was human once, so I do feel sorry about that, but yeah, it was their choice. And what else is like, and all the other heroes are like, "What do you mean you were once human?" And Reimer's like, "I will explain later." And so the priest does the whole giant church thing, I think. I don't know. And then with a bunch of arrows, Rimuru just eats all of them, like absorbing all of them. And then the queen shows up and freezes the guy. Like when he breaks out, he says he shouts out to the queen, "Don't worry, I got this. They'll never be able to fight again." And he just says, "Infinite imprisonment." And so he says, yeah, so that happens, and he's all of a sudden in a giant barrier with, like, an invisible barrier, but, like, I'm changing it a bit where he's, like, chained to two giant pillars of, chained to two giant pillars of, like, I don't know, some sort of crystal. And he, like, starts to sink into the ground. Or no, he doesn't. I'd say, like, he ends up making a cave in a cliffside, and he does that. Or no, I don't know. He just let's say it just sinks him into the ground. And so he's like, well, he'll be there until he dies. So, yeah, cool. And the queen, like all the other heroes, are impossible. There's no way you could take him out that easily. And why didn't you do it sooner? It's like, because I wanted to. Because I, like, it takes, like, it can take quite a bit of magic tools for it to be an infinite prison where no one can escape. And I'm making some random stuff up as an excuse for him. He's like, and it took me some time to cast. Just a random thing. Not true at all. So, yeah. Other heroes seem to accept this, and yeah. So the queen, yeah, so the guy is, like, the priest is defeated, and then, yeah. So the queen, instead of him being hurt, like, even if he did use the blood sacrifice, like he wouldn't actually, like it wouldn't actually be blood, since like he'd just be able to like, I don't know, yeah, heal. He'd be able to heal. So yeah, the priest is defeated, and then he explains how he used to be human to all of the heroes and the kingdom, and then all of the king's lies. Sorry, no, that's for next time. The trial will be next time. So yeah, um, yeah, I will see you. Please tell me you enjoyed. Um, and Valdora, he did help in this fight. Just like he was sort of told us to stay back since Rimuru got it. Um, so yeah, he, yeah, this is the end. I'll definitely have more fun explaining the rest later. And yes, I will go until like the end of the anime. So it's like when Lark, like the gem girl, I forget her name. Lark is just more memorable. Yeah, he does that, and yeah, like that will happen. So yeah, I will see you later. Tell me what I should do for the next what if. What you think would be more fun if I know it. Like if there are any more like anime crossovers, then I'll have to know at least one of the anime. Like there are quite a few popular ones I don't really know, but yeah, and that's fine. So, but yeah, I will see you guys later, and have fun. Bye.